Hi guys, my name is Max. I'm a first-year medical student at UCF College of Medicine, and today I'm going to be answering, how are the COVID vaccines tested? There are about 4 main steps in testing vaccines. First step, identification of a target. Before any vaccine is attempted, there's usually extensive testing to see what part of a virus particle is best for building immunity. This was discovered very fast for COVID-19 because the virus is simple and similar research on other COVID viruses have been studied for years. People who recovered from the disease mostly had antibodies against only 2 targets, so the one with the most effective antibodies was chosen. The second step is preclinical testing. After a potential vaccine is developed, scientists have to make sure it is safe to give to people. It was first tested in animal models and in isolated human cells. They look closely for any signs of damage or harm and observe the animals as closely as possible to make sure they don't experience any bad side effects from the vaccine. They also do special diagnostic testing to make sure the animal's organs are all functioning correctly. The third step is clinical trials, and after it appears safe enough to try in humans, they move on to clinical trials, which have 3 phases. The phase 1 trials are the first time a vaccine is being tested in humans, and it is tested over a course of several months. This is done in a small number of healthy people. They're watched closely while the vaccine is administered, examined, and surveyed multiple times to ensure that there are no negative impacts. These trials also study how much vaccine is needed to build immunity and how the vaccine gets processed by the body. These people were instructed to remain quarantined to make sure the effects observed are only due to vaccine and not any other disease process. Phase 2 trials test the effectiveness of the vaccine, usually with a few hundred people for several months. Both safety and effectiveness are closely monitored during this phase, which can last for as short as a few months or as long as 2 years. Phase 3 trials, on the other hand, are larger and longer than Phase 2, but have roughly the same purpose. This phase involves hundreds to thousands of people and lasts from any time between 1 to 4 years. Because these trials have many more people and include more than completely healthy people, rare side effects are more likely to be observed here. And sometimes Phase 2 and Phase 3 can be overlapped. There's also more steps like post-market safety monitoring. After the vaccine is approved and released to the public, there's required mandatory recording of any reported harmful effects. In the case of COVID vaccine, healthcare providers are required to report any harmful effects to the CDC's Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. This information gets analyzed, and any negative event that is determined to happen more often than it does among the normal population will get marked as a possible adverse effect for healthcare professionals and patients to know about before getting the vaccine.